Hello, everyone, and welcome to our reading today. We are looking at Mystic Whispers Oracle. I just love this deck. I get so many compliments on this deck, and I really do like it. Um, the paper, I'm pretty sure you could probably like get this wet, and it's not like paper. It's not like this is literally like cardboard paper, right? Like you cannot damage these cards, or they would be ruined. This is like it has a protective thing on it. These are really nice cards. If you haven't seen this deck, I highly recommend it. The cards are just amazing. I don't know um, who did the deck, but I really love these cards. So I use this just to even pull cards for myself, just to pull like a guidance card daily for myself. So just love these cards. Love, love, love them. So let's take a look at what it is that you are meant to know. Our first card is Wait for Signs. Okay, so wind carries messages. Tune your ear to whispers. All right, so you got to get outside in nature. You got to get outside. The old American, n- uh, Native American spirit message. The belief is that spirit travels in wind, and I can tell you 100% that is so true. There has been times where I have been outside and I have felt a message come in and I instantly knew this or I instantly knew that or I felt it in the heart or I felt it in the gut. Um, or I got an answered prayer in my heart and I just knew the answer. Right? So definitely messages do travel by spirit in the wind. So pay attention. Wait for signs. Wind carries messages. Right? Tune your ears to whispers. Pay attention to your ears. They might be sensitive. You might be hearing um, a sound, like a ringing. Pay attention to that. If you go somewhere and your ear starts ringing, write down or text yourself, open up in Messenger, text yourself and text yourself where you're at and when your ears started ringing, right? Pay attention to the signs because a lot of times we get signs and we don't even realize they're signs. And a lot of times, it is a sign. It is a situation where like, I know I went to a place one time and literally I went to pull in and my ears began to scream like so loud like they were like "Ee!" like a really high pitch frequency and it was so loud I could barely drive my car like it hit me so loud. I thought at first that maybe it was the place I was going because it was a store and I don't really like that store. And I thought, oh, it was coming from the store. But then it just dawned on me that while I'm in this reading, it just dawned on me that maybe it wasn't the store. Maybe it was a particular person in the store. Maybe somebody was in the store, or maybe there was an attachment to that person and they were in the store. And I was picking up on that energy. Um, I was okay in the store. Like the ringing didn't last very long. It was only for a couple seconds, but it was enough to jolt me out of my senses. I ended up putting my hands over my ears because it was so loud, and then it just instantly went away. And I knew right away, right away, I knew that it was a spiritual warning of some sort. And so I was very cautious about going into the store, but I was taking somebody there. I wasn't there by myself, or I would have just left, but I was taking somebody in the store. So just pay attention. Look for the signs, but don't look for the signs. You know what I mean? Don't be like standing there looking at the clock and it turns to 444 and you're like, hey, it's 444. Where's the sign? Like, you know what I mean? If you get it something, if you get something and it's abnormal, then that's a sign. But don't purposely assume that everything is a sign, right? Some things are not a sign. Some things are purposely done um, to make you think it's a sign, right? I know somebody the other day, they did something and it was like four numbers in a row, but they purposely made sure that it was four numbers in a row. And it was like, come on, like that's not a sign if you're purposely doing it. So pay attention, Don't pay attention. This is what I tell people. Don't pay it. Don't pay attention to signs because if you do, you're going to be looking at everything. Instead, just let it go and just trust that when something comes in, it's going to be a oh, or it's going to be a oh, or it's going to grab your attention, or it's going to be a uh-huh, right? So it's going to, you might, I don't know, you might sit down to log in and you see 111, and then you go to do something and you see 333 or 444, and it's just out of the blue. You're not looking for it at all, and then something pops up and it has a sayings on it that catches your attention, right? That would be a sign. Okay, that would be a sign. But you sitting there waiting for something to take place, you're going to misinterpret. You're going to look at things in the wrong way. So you don't want to anticipate the sign. You want to allow it to come naturally, and you want it to catch you off guard. If you're looking at the clock and it's 4:43, and you're looking at the clock and it turns 4:44, that's not a sign. Like that's you waiting for the next minute to turn over. So just pay attention and make sure that it resonates with you. If it's a true sign, your body's going to know. Right? You're not gonna expect it. You're not gonna be looking for it. It's not gonna come in, you know, while you're waiting and looking. It's going to come in when you least expect it. Okay, that's going to be your sign. Trust your gut. Yeah, we just said that. Your heart is a beacon in fog. Follow its glow. Yes, follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Um, your heart knows best. Even if you think it doesn't know what it's doing, it does, honestly. Um, Sometimes we follow our heart and we get hurt, but it's okay because we learned. It's better to learn. It's better to love and learn than to never love at all. Physical healing. The body is a river. Let the current cleanse it. Yes. So as you move through these energies, as you start to see things more clearly, things are going to start happening for you, right? You're going to get yourself back. Call back your energy. Start doing the things that you need to do. Worry about yourself. Heal yourself. Rest your mind. Ceaseless thoughts drowns the soul's voice. Yes. So again, like I said here, don't purposely be looking for things. Don't purposely try to make things happen. Don't just let it go. Give it to the universe. Just here. Because you know what? You know what's really funny is like when you finally give it to the universe, right? That's usually when something that you're looking for happens anyway. So just let it go. Just show up daily. Do your thing daily. Let it go. Let it, let it, release from your mind and just send love to the situation. Send love back to yourself and just wow, look for signs. Answers are written in the wind. Yes, there we go again with the whispers. I just said that. Yes, pay attention to the wind. Oh, go outside in nature. Oh, do you like to go camping? Maybe you should go camping, fishing, walking, hiking. You're going to find something. Spirit is going to communicate with you while you're out. Get away from buildings, get away from people, get away from noise. This with this picture and everything, it's definitely calling you to get out and get one with nature. You're going to receive a message, but you need to be quiet. It needs to be during a time where you pull in solitude, quietness, direction within. You're going to need to pull in a lot of direction within you, right? Um, Seek alternatives. Be water, flexible, finding routes. Yeah, if you're sitting here saying, "Well, I can't get out because of this, and this," don't make excuses. Find alternatives, right? And if you're trying to like physically heal yourself, find other ways to help you as well. Maybe yoga, maybe Tai Chi, a less invasive kind of exercise. If you're trying to get yourself back into the routine of exercising, maybe do something that's not as invasive to where it doesn't knock you. off your feet for 4 or 5 days, right? Start out gradually. Do things that really help you on a small lesson, on a small level, and then increase as you go. Blessed bounty. Harvest grow in soil of gratitude. Yes, have a heart that is grateful. A heart that is grateful is open to receive. A heart that is grateful, the universe knows is going to also give that energy back to others too, because the universe doesn't just serve us, the universe serves us in expectations that we will in return serve others. So having gratitude for everything that you receive also helps you to have the heart to give and to be a giving person. Even if you give and somebody takes advantage of you, gratitude reminds you that not everybody is that person, and to continue to keep your heart open and to continue to show up and to continue to give to others, because not everyone is going to treat you the same way that this situation may have done, right? So, and when you have gratitude, you are grateful for what you receive, and in return, the universe gives you more as you give excess. If as you share what you received with others, the universe rewards you even more, right? And then there's just this constant back and forth gratitude, back and forth flow. As long as your needs are met, pay attention to what your wants are. That way, you're not trying to live outside of your expectations. There's so many people calling in abundance and manifestations, and all they're focused on is money, 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 money. But here's the thing, money doesn't hold a valuable frequency when it comes to the universe. Money is man made, it is something that was created to get us something that we needed. Okay. Money's great where, if you have a cow and I have a cow and you have chickens and I need chickens and all I have is a cow and you don't want my cow because you have a cow, then that's where money comes in, right? Bartering used to be a big thing in the past, but then it got to a point where people would say, well, I don't need that. What else do you have, right? So money works in certain situations, but money holds many different frequencies. Pay attention to money. Pay attention to the frequency that it holds. A lot of times we don't pay attention to the frequency, and your heart is a frequency, the universe is a frequency, abundance is a frequency, manifestation is a frequency. But how are you manifesting it? Right? Are you manifesting it from a place of greed, from a place of ego? Right? If somebody gives you money and say a very poor person comes up and they want to give you money, how is that money going to be different from somebody who's wealthy and very rich and comes up and gives you the same amount? Right? What's going to mean more? What's going to affect you mentally more? What's going to affect you more emotionally? What's going to have that higher frequency and what's going to have that lower frequency? Pay attention. Pay attention because gratitude has a lot to do with how the universe tests your heart and sees what you're grateful for and thankful for, and how you're able to process those rewards. And manifestation isn't just about finances. It's not about getting rich. That's why you see so many people, oh, I want to be a famous singer, I want to be a famous actor, and they become that. And they become so rich and then it's gone. Or something happens and they do something and they're gone. Like it's because it wasn't sustainable. It's because of the frequency that they manifested those wishes and stuff on, right? It should you want to come from a place of love. Gratitude is a place of love, a place of understanding that the universe doesn't have to give you anything. It gives you what it gives you because it loves you, and it gives you what it gives you because you're grateful and thankful for that. All right, so pay attention to your heart space. Share your gift. Yes. Light loses purpose if it doesn't illuminate others. Yes. So be the change you want to see, right? Be the light that you want to receive. Be that light to others, right? Show others that there's a better way, there's a better choice, right? Generosity. Yes. Give freely. Gardens flourish unseen. Yes. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude brings satisfying energy within you as well, and a happiness that nobody can take. Be surprised. The universe weaves gifts with invisible threads, right? That's what I say. Wait for the signs, don't anticipate them. Allow yourself to be surprised. Experiment. Magic blooms where chaos and order kiss. So stay grounded. Look at things from both sides, right? um, Release the chaos with love, right? Release it with love, and you will see things change and come in with a better understanding of things. On the horizon, light nears. Hold for its glow. Stay focused. Things are going to change, and they're going to change without you realizing it. There's a surprise coming in. Thank the universe and ask to be able to see it, to be ready for it, to accept it, to not fear this surprise. Because a lot of times we're just so some of us have been hurt or deceived so many times that we don't know how to be surprised anymore. We don't want to be surprised. We're afraid to be surprised because we just don't know if we can trust anything. So just honor the light, ask the universe to prepare you for it, and to not allow you to be afraid or scared or deny what is rightfully yours. All right, so this is Witch Magic Oracle that we're pulling from, and your guidance is practice sensory withdrawal regularly to soothe your psychic sensibilities. So practice sensory withdrawals regularly to soothe your psychic sensibilities. So again, that is your, where was that at? Wait, it was over here. It was over here. Look for signs in nature, in the wind. Yeah, when we talked about going out into nature, right? So psychic sensibility withdrawal, practice sensory withdrawal. Going into nature is excellent for that. Going into nature can really help you to kind of let go of the tension and the stress. When you live in a busy place with busy people, even if you are sensitive and you live in like an apartment building, you could pick up on other people's energies going in and out. For example, I'm a very sensitive person. I went to the grocery store today with my children to do some grocery shopping, and every person that went past me, I could feel who was sick. I could feel who was sad. I could feel who was frustrated. Um, the one lady, she actually, I felt her. She looked, I felt her very, very frustrated, but she was trying to be very composed when she was asking questions. And she like looked at me and was like, "Oh, do you work here?" "Oh, no, you're not. You don't work here." Like I had a calculator and was making sure I didn't go over my budget. And I think she thought I was working there because I had my calculator. Um, and then she like told me after she asked this person like where the item was, she like told me that she was really frustrated. And I was like, I already knew, so I already had that face prepared, that understanding face for her. I already had that prepared for her because I already knew what she was feeling, but it was funny that she confirmed it by telling me that she was very frustrated with the prices at the store and uh, how they basically like changed things around in the store, and she couldn't find anything. And so it was kind of funny um, that she said that because like it was just a moment of understanding that that she was um, that she was truly feeling that way. So, but anyways, if you're sensitive, be aware of your surroundings. If you're in a city and you're around a lot of people and a lot of noise and a lot of chaos and a lot of, it's it's an overload for your system. So make sure you do salt baths. Make sure you put on frequency music and relax to some frequencies. Make sure you go to a park and get out and touch a tree and ground your energy. And you can even touch a tree and give gratitude to the tree for taking all that does not serve you. And thank the tree for taking everything back into the earth that is not yours, and just say hello, thank you so much for helping me. um, and be surprised how much that can help you, how well you will feel. If you live in a city, get a house plant. I heard somebody the other day talk about how they talk to their house plant every morning and every night. And talking to their plant, the plant actually produces a frequency. I don't know if you ever seen those things where you can like connect to the plant and it shows you like what the plant's frequency is putting off. Like there you can listen to them. But the lady said it since she's been talking to her plant every morning and every night that the energy in her house has actually shifted. So like the plant, somebody told her in the comments that the plant can literally like raise the frequency by putting off a higher sound. We can't hear it, but like you can hear it if you have one of those interesting devices. But yeah, it's like so if you live in a city where there's harsh sounds like sirens and people honking and all that kind of stuff, get yourself some plants and put them by the window. If you ever see people put plants by the window, a lot of times that's why they're doing it. It's because it changes the frequency of the plant will basically um, help to regulate the frequency coming through the window, coming through the glass into your home and things like that. You can also put like a dish of salt, sea salt, next to your front door, next to your door, if you're like in an apartment building or something, and it helps to neutralize the energy like going in and out of your house. So, but pay attention to your sensory. Pay attention to what seems to like be too much for you. There's nothing wrong with being a sensitive person. Honor that energy. A lot of people don't understand it. They might laugh at certain things that you do or whatever, but it just means that the universe sees you and the universe honors you and the universe recognizes you and that you are meant to be doing something important. And so you want to make sure you honor that energy by honoring yourself and doing the things that help you with your sensory so that you stay balanced and so that you can hear things and receive things clearly. Okay. All right, I hope this message has helped you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully. Bye.